Hello everyone, I am Left, and welcome today to a brand new series on my channel, which we're going to be calling Vainglory in Depth, where we take a really close look at every hero in the game in each episode, and just sort of give you guys a lot of high-level strategies and builds and ways to play the heroes in Vainglory, sort of beyond and outside of what you would see in like the main channel spotlights. So today we're going to be looking at Koshka, and Koshka's perk is Blood Rush, which means that when she hits an enemy hero with her abilities, she will gain a movement speed boost of 2 for a limited time. This is useful, like very useful for her, and we will get into that later. But first, we are going to have to go over and show off all of Koshka's skills. So without further ado, let's get into the video, and I hope you guys find this helpful. Koshka's first skill is Pouncy Fun, which is it's a targeted dash. You click the hero, minion, jungle monster, kraken, goldmine, turret, anything, and Koshka dashes to it, dealing crystal damage. This ability will proc Aftershock. Her second skill is Twirly Death. Koshka spins in a circle, dealing crystal damage to everything around her. If you hit anything with Twirly Death, you will gain 2 empowered basic attacks after. It's also notable that this gives you your speed boost. As you can see on the screen, it's a pretty cool animation, and that is pretty much it for Twirly Death. So let's get into her ultimate now, Yummy Catnip Frenzy. Koshka leaps to the target and stuns them for 2.2 seconds. This ultimate is basically what defines Koshka and will ultimately, no pun intended, decide whether or not she works or doesn't work in a fight. So we're going to get into that later. And that is pretty much it for Koshka's ultimate and all of her skills in general, so let's look at some gameplay clips on how to show and play Koshka. Koshka is an assassin, which means she's very frail in fights. As you can see here, she can deal quick bursts of damage, but she will need to run away if she is focused or is being collapsed on. So let's look at some gameplay clips. In this clip, Taka and I are trying to gank the enemy Adagio. I freeze it here because you see that Lance has used Gythian Wall, and he knocks me away from Adagio. Now, for most heroes, this may, deter you from getting the kill on Adagio, but not for Koshka. Because of her Blood Rush perk, I am quickly able to zoom back to Adagio and kill him with one of my empowered basic attacks. In this next clip here, a team fight is brewing. Wailmer on Taka is really low, and the enemies they're basically just coming through our jungle and really want to pick a fight with us. As the fight kicks off, you're going to see Kestrel land one-shot, one kill onto Wailmer, I believe it is, and we will be waiting in the bush. So the key here in this fight is the way we make the turnaround. Koshka's ultimate, Yummy Catnip Frenzy, is essentially like a dog pile beacon light. Like, everybody pile onto this target, and that's what you're going to see in this fight. We retreat into our bush, and she lands the one-shot, one kill on Ice Sword on Blackfeather. So at this point, we're all waiting in the bush. 2 of us are low, but I'm on full health. Lance enters the bush, or he's about to, with Adagio following him, and Ron Swansong on Kestrel is low on energy in the backline. I use this opportunity to jump onto Adagio with my ultimate, and Ice Sword is able to help me take him out. Unfortunately, he goes down to Kestrel, but now I am on Kestrel, and I have no cooldowns. So this is really bad for me because Kestrel can do really big weapon power damage very quickly. So I am able to combo my A and B quickly enough so that I can kill Kestrel, and that's what Koshka is so good at. If you just have your A and B up, you can do insane crystal damage that can take down most low targets. In this clip, I'm late to the party. I'm butting in on a fight between Blackfeather and Lance plus Adagio. Adagio is channeling his Verse of Judgment ultimate, and it's my goal to burst him down as quickly as possible and prevent the death of Blackfeather, because he is low and he is burning with Arcane Fire, which means he will be stunned if Adagio finishes his channel. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use Koshka's quick burst of A and B, the Pounce and the Twirl, to hopefully take down Adagio. So let's see what happens when this clip unfreezes. Hopefully this can work, and this will show you what Koshka can do. So here we take down Adagio, and now Lance is on the run. So we're going to pause it right here as I use my ultimate. So this is what another use of Koshka's ultimate. She can just stop a fight in its tracks, stop an escaping enemy. The only reason you would ever ult a support is if they're running away from the fight and you're like 3v1 just trying to get that ace, and that is what that is another way that you can use Koshka's ultimate right there. In this clip, we try to burst down Kestrel right off the bat, but Lance hits us with a nice Scythian wall. Now let's pause it right here, because I jumped back into the fight to try to ult Kestrel, but she blocked it. Now, one huge counter to Koshka is the reflect block. More so than most other heroes, because if you block Koshka's ultimate, she is usually more often than not, she's dead. Blackfeather dies trying to get onto Kestrel. I just barely kill Kestrel, and as you can see here, me missing my ultimate ultimately leads to my demise. So make sure all the blocks are down before you hit your Yummy Catnip Frenzy. Now this fight went wrong from the beginning. Let's pause it right here as I ult Adagio. Now, as you can tell right there from the missing energy going down on Kestrel's bar, we're ulting right into a mist trap. Whaler accidentally Kai-10'd straight into a active camo, and I am Yummy Catnip Frenzying right into an active camo. So Blackfeather and I are now seriously injured as we try to retreat, but Lance hits his impale and I'm Scythian walled back. That fight was just plain bad. Do not ult into a mist trap, everybody. Alright, let's move into a different game. So right here, you see me pounce at Saw. Now, for most other heroes, this would be a pretty large-sized mistake, pouncing right onto a Saw that is about to finish his suppressing fire and have 12 stacks of spin-up. Bad idea, right? Well, for one, I do have a light armor, which should make me get out of this okay. But also, I'm Koshka. My Blood Rush perk will allow me to easily escape this, while dealing at least some damage to Saw. So now let's see what happens as Saw finishes his suppressing fire. I'm going to use my A and B combo on Saw and then just run away from there. But I'm going to hide right here in this bush, allowing me to ambush Saw and Arden, comboing my A and B skills, killing Saw with a really quick combo of empowered basic attacks. That's just the power of Koshka. That's the power of Koshka and Surprise and Blood Rush and her A and B combo. This next clip is simple. I'm on the retreat because it's 3 versus essentially 1. It is 3 versus 1. But Saw is locked in his suppressing fire, and Arden is somehow staying on the front lines when he's really low. So it's easy for me to just dive in and get a quick kill before Saw can actually spin up and use his explosive shots. In this next clip, we just fended off the Kraken, and now we're chasing down Taka and Saw. We take the kill on Taka, but now let me freeze it here while I look at whether or not I'm going to take on Saw. Now you guys might be thinking, I wouldn't, he's going to shank you. But if I am quicker on the draw than him, I will be able to kill him. So obviously, as you see right here, I get off my B skill before he can shank me, which would have been instant death. Let's take a look at a more intricate fight here. So we're gonna pause it right here as we try to ult Saw. Now I tried to hit my Alice Polder on him, but it's not gonna work. Saw is actually going to end up blocking this ultimate, leaving me in a very vulnerable position and on low health, relying on my Blood Rush to run away. So as we run away here, I am waiting for my opportunity to jump back in. You see this star on Saw, Celeste is about to melt him down very quickly. This is going to give me an opportunity to jump back in and try to help my team finish off Taka and Arden. So let's see right here, as Saw gets melted, Taka is going on Celeste. I jump back in, almost take down Taka, but I also almost die to Arden. Now I'm on the run again, waiting for the fountain from Swagson there on the Catherine. So we're going to be waiting here for the fountain. Arden thinks he can kill us. His blood for blood is almost up, but to no avail. The fountain is going to come through, and they are going to take down Taka. And now I am going to have the health to take down Arden, more than enough. And we are going to get the ace. Now what this says to me is that it just gives Koshka the mentality and playstyle of just a get in, get out assassin. You have to get in, do your damage, take your damage, and run away with Blood Rush as you're on low health. Now Blood Rush can also be used to chase, but in this last clip here you saw me use it very well to get out and wait for the fountain. That's what I think you guys should be doing too most of the time, unless you know you can chase the kill. Okay, so now let's review. So first off, you have to have the combo of your A and B for maximum damage with your empowered basic attacks, your get in, get out playstyle to keep yourself alive, and if all of the opposing blocks are up, you cannot use your ultimate, or else the team fight will almost certainly be lost. Now at the end of the video, I think I'm going to put up some builds on the screen for you guys in a little bit later when I'm editing the video, so hopefully all of you guys found this really cool and helpful and enjoyable. Leave a comment down below. If this series takes off, I'll start doing votes for which hero I should analyze next. So that is it for the video today, guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed, learned something useful. I'll see you guys next time.